Hello, this is Matt from formattech.com. I'm going to be going through just some data manipulation in this video, specifically what if you're pulling data from a database that doesn't necessarily deal with dates in the way that you need to be able to deal with them to sort them properly. This particular example, the date is showing up as text, number stored as text, and if you go in there to double click that, it really doesn't do well. It does this crazy thing, and you try to, well, it tells us this is a date. It just doesn't recognize that it's a date. It even though it's 08, it was. I go back, Control Z to undo 08, 02, 2016. That is clearly a date, but when you try to just convert that whole column to date, it just doesn't show up right. And also, got to take the name field here and break out, if you needed it, first name, last name, needed it broken apart so you could sort by last name, and or just do any merge, mail merge for Excel or for Microsoft Word, trying to do some kind of letter, printing, labels, things like that. You may want that broken up into more than one field. So I'm going to go through all those things now. What I'm going to start with is the date. So I'm going to use a couple of different formulas here. I'll try to go slow so we can follow what's happening here. I'm going to start with breaking that out into month, day, and year. But in order to do that, I'm going to have to do one kind of a weird field here that I'm calling month day. And you'll see what I mean in a minute. What you can do in Excel is you can take a formula called, hit the equal sign, start your formula, and left, which will start with the leftmost part of a cell, open parentheses, click this, and I'm going to do a comma, 2. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the leftmost numbers down to the second digit. 08 is what should show there. And then I'm going to say the year here equals, I can do the same exact opposite thing, right. I can take the rightmost digits, I'm going to take the rightmost 4 to get 2016. Now the problem with the, I got month now and year, the problem with day is it's kind of in the middle. And I know there's a formula for that, but I don't know how to use it, and I find this to be an easy enough way to do it. I do basically the same thing here. Do right, I could also do left, but I'm going to do right 6 because I know it's easy. That right there, comma, 6. So what that does is that puts 02, 2016. So now I can go here, equals left of this, and get 2. Now I've got month, day, year. So what I'm going to do here now is go ahead and fill these down. What I'm doing here is I'm clicking and selecting in the middle of the cell, but when there's that thick black line around it, the bottom right hand corner's got this black square that when your mouse goes over it, it goes from the white cross to the black cross, and you can just drag it down to the bottom there. Wherever you let go, it's kind of auto-fill those formulas, where that was, this was B2 to 2, which is going to be, B3 to 2, which is going to keep going down the list and fill them in order that makes sense. So now that I actually have month, day, and year broken out, I'm going to do this right here where I select those, the ones that actually matter to me. I'm going to copy. Now you can hit Control C to copy as well, but I'm going to have to right click here because when I'm not going to just do regular paste, I'm going to paste the values. And pasting values, I don't know the shortcut key for it, but when you right click on there, hit paste values, you remove the formulas and you've actually got just the numbers in there. So the next formula that I'm going to use here is concatenate. I'm just going to call this new date. Say equals concatenate. What concatenate does is it takes an issue. Let's see, what am I looking for here? It's actually 2i. So concatenate I2, and that takes your first month there, and concatenate combines different columns into one or different things into one. So I'm going to have a column for the next thing, and rather than put another column in there, I'm just going to go ahead and say a quotation mark, which will type exactly what I say. So between those two commas, I'm adding a slash. So concatenate I2, that, J2, and another, and then the last thing is this. So when I hit enter, then there is your column. Now I could click here and drag down, but since I've got this filled all the way down, I'm going to put my mouse here and just double click. When it turns into that black plus or cross, I'm going to double click it, and it will fill down until this stops. Now if I had one of these missing, it would go right there. Just these quick little things you learn along the way to make this thing work. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to do the same thing that I did over here. I'm actually going to right click and paste values. Now I've got those the way I want them, so we can delete these because we don't need that anymore. Don't even need new date anymore. So we have the date here, but we still realize, oh no, I actually needed to take this and make it into two, last name and first name and last name. So I'm going to insert a column there and take this column. So I'm going to take the whole column, including the header field, copy. I'm going to go to my Excel or my Notepad actually. If I've got anything in there, I want to clean it out. I'm going to paste that into Notepad. So what I'm going to do here is I got these first name, last names. So I'm going to make a new column, space, and then last name. Now what I want to do is actually put a tab, replace where that is a space with a tab. And one thing you can do in Notepad when you're going from Excel to Notepad is, if I copy two columns, I'm just going to do description and price just to have a column to copy, or two columns to copy, paste. Between these two columns, there is an actual tab that makes the transition somehow from Excel to Notepad, which you can actually copy. So now I can go to Edit and Replace, or again Control H, and I can say wherever there is a space, replace that with a tab, and I just can Control V or rapid paste. So now I'm going to replace every space with a tab. Go back here, and again copy and paste. Go back here. I've got two columns here. That's what I want. I'm going to Control V paste, and I've got first name and last name. And that's just a quick and dirty description of some of the manipulation you can do with columns in Excel and Notepad. When you're trying to get a data to match a certain set of criteria, you have to kind of get creative with how you do so. So anyway, again, this is Matt with formattech.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, give me a like or give me a follow. I'll be doing a lot more videos about data mining, data manipulation, and just everything else tech that I deal with in my day-to-day life. Thank you for watching.